Alright, so for this issue of Motive Quick Drive, we're doing something pretty special. Ian from SThitec in New Zealand pretty much threw me the keys and said, take my R33 for a drive. Now, if you've already seen the feature on it, you know that it's a serious piece of kit. We're talking like 700-800 horsepower on low boost and 1,000 plus on high boost. Sequential gearbox, wide-bodied. It's a spool stroke at RB30 bottom end, fully built head, GTX42. It's a pretty wild piece of kit. We've been watching him driving it around the last couple of days, and yeah, she's pretty wild. So unfortunately, we're not on a track, so obviously we can't go too ballistic. But it is a street car, so I'm pretty excited about that, to be honest. Of course, we get to drive it, and there's pretty heavy traffic at the moment. But hey, what do? You know what it does prove? It proves it's a street car. Fuel pumps buzzing in the back, we've got sequential, we've got nice cranky GT-R, RB goodness. So yeah, it actually does remind me of driving around in sort of more the old school Japanese street drag GT-Rs, to be honest, so. Yeah, it does. It's actually not too hard to drive, to be honest, like to take off with the clutch. But with the RB30 bottom end, definitely tell the difference. Yeah, massive difference. All I know is that a GTX42 on a 2.6 is a hell of a lot lazier than that. But this thing, even in fourth gear, it's sort of, you know, 2,500 RPM. We've actually got enough usable power to be able to sort of drive it normally without too much of an issue, which is pretty good. You can't complain with that power. No, I can drive this thing around pretty normally, to be honest, so. Oh, that's 3,000 RPM. You just drive it like a normal car. I think that's probably the most impressive thing. I mean, you've got the clunks of the gearbox and the diff, and you know, you've got the noise of the fuel pumps and the straight cut gears, etc. But ignore the noises, and I can just drive it pretty normally. And obviously having the extra capacity does mean that, you know, it still drives like a pretty normal GT-R in terms of where you've got your torque and where you've got your power to be able to drive it. So it's pretty good. Feel that. All right. Here we go. Good. That is that's ruthless. That was plan B, wasn't it? That was plan B. That's, okay. In case you're wondering, that was plan B. That is you know what? Don't even look at the speedo. Don't think about how fast you're going, because you cannot pay attention to that. That is, yeah, it's pretty wild. Why is there a free speedo? Speedo, tacho, forget all that. If you don't know how to drive a GT-R with big power, you're going to struggle. But the best thing about it is that extra capacity just really does make it so much more drivable. than a 2.6 with a big turbo, because I've driven some 2.6 litre GTRs that have turbos this sort of size, and yeah, they're pretty kind of lazy down low. I mean, they still have that power up top, but they're just so lazy down low in comparison to this car. The power is much more accessible and easier to get to, if that makes sense, because of that extra capacity. And as you can see, we've just given this thing a hit on 1,000 horsepower, and we're in traffic now. It's not misbehaving, it's not doing anything wrong. Yeah, it's, you know, it ain't exactly a stock Audi to drive around in, but obviously you can drive it in traffic, and you can drive it around on the street.
You do get a lot of attention in it.
Yeah, you get looked at a lot, I'll give you that. It's actually bordering on amusing how easy it is to get some pace on this thing. So I just, you know what, my whole I love RB26 blocks is starting to change a little bit. Wow, it's like I said, we're on the street at the moment, and it's pretty busy at the moment, so there's only so much we can kind of really do. We're pretty much just kind of looking for a gap to give it a squirt, and that's about as good as it gets, unfortunately, the amount of traffic that's here at the moment. But what do you do? I'll tell you one thing though, Ian, mate, you certainly you and you guys certainly got the combo right with this car. As when people tell you they've got a 1,000 horsepower GTR that they use as a street car, you kind of go, I don't know, like they're out there, but they're not everywhere. But this thing's pretty good. I will admit, Plan B is pretty good.
Yeah.
Low boost is fast, high boost is stupid.
No, low boost is like, oh, okay, high boost is like, what?
Here we go again. Do you like it?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I liked it.
So do I.
But look at that, we're down at like 1800 RPM in third gear, and we can continue to drive it. Just cruising in an industrial area, no dramas.
And no, it is very loud.
Yeah, it's pretty loud, eh?
Just a little bit.
Oh well, the most important thing in Motive Quick Drive is that you're driving a car that puts a smile on your face, and this thing certainly does. You're certainly nervous, more because of what's around you every time you give it a hit, but at the same time, yeah, it's just so much fun. It's just like, oh yeah.
I'm just a little bit shaken.
The biggest problem is it's just that fast. You've really got to be careful about how much space you have around you to give it a hit. That really is your concern. Your concern isn't that it's sort of hard to drive. I mean, as you can see, I'm straight into it and giving it hits on full power. It's just more about, you know, how much space do you have to give it a hit so that you've got room to stop or obviously avoid someone else. But looking around, temps are good, pressures are good, it's not getting hot. Still driving around as good as it was when we jumped in it, so I don't know if I'd want to drive it every day, but I certainly got no problem taking it for a drive if you just feel like going for a drive or want to go out or go on a cruise. Certainly streetable enough, as long as you understand just what type of car you're actually driving, which is yeah, this thing's a monster.
Yeah, that was good. So I think you need 1,000 in yours.
I will finish on this. I always told myself I don't want to have 1,000 horsepower in a street GTR. I was wrong.
Very wrong.
So wrong. You do need 1,000 horsepower in a GTR, and you can use it. But if you can't drive it, we'll kill you.
If you want to smile, get a GTR.